Hi, it's me. I'm just doing a quick vlog, which is why I'm not doing the fancy camera setup. Just kind of an update. In case you didn't see my last vlog, I was in the hospital from December 1st to, well, it was supposed to be the 3rd, but I had to stay an extra day. I had an unexpected blood clot in my lung, out of nowhere. This year, I don't know what's going on. I'm always been a very healthy person. Never been in the hospital, never been injured until this year, until I took my latest job. So that's kind of enough said about that. So basically, like I said in the previous one, just previous vlog, just to be quick, I was at work a couple days, couldn't catch my breath at home. Went to the clinic I went to. They did an EKG. The heart wasn't beating right. I took blood tests, and they told me, I would just go to urgent care because they couldn't wait until Monday. They didn't have a CT scan available till Monday, so I went to Kaiser on Saturday the 1st, and it was nonstop. 10 to 11 at urgent care doing tests, 11 to 5 different tests, EKGs, blood tests, put me on heparin, put me on different medications, and then I was in the ICU overnight. And they tried to get me out of ICU, but they couldn't find a room, so I was in ICU until I was released. Yeah, if you, I mean, it's all on Instagram. You can see the pictures and the video and stuff like that. Yeah, just out of nowhere. They believe, well, they thought it was because of my injury, so they were checking to see if I had any blood clots. I didn't, and they just think it's because of the medication I was on. I was on birth control for 2 years, and then I was taking the ibuprofen for my knee. They're leaning more toward the birth control, but I find it a little bit odd that I was on it for 2 years, no issue, and then I start taking the ibuprofen, which is a high dosage for my knee, and then something happens. And it makes no sense to the doctors either at the clinic or at the hospital that I was at because they said I don't meet the risk factors. You can get a blood clot from birth control, but it's only like if you smoke, drink, do drugs, had surgery recently, went on a trip recently, stuff like that, like risk factors. And I did 2 blood tests. I adjust my shirt. One at the clinic and one at Kaiser did full blood tests. I'm healthy, slightly high cholesterol, but nothing that's like a risk factor. So they're just completely confused. And the doctor said, to be quite frank, we don't know if we'll ever find out how you got it. We just know it started in your pelvis. It wasn't a leg one, it wasn't an arm one. And they're leaning more toward the birth control. But I said, is it because of the ibuprofen? Because I said I had no issues until I started taking that. And they really don't know because, again, I don't meet the risk factors. So the thing is, I didn't feel well, got looked at, and that's it. So, I mean, that's why if you guys have any health issues, you need to get checked out right away. Because they said if I had waited till over the weekend, they don't know what would have happened. It would have been bad if I waited the whole weekend. And yeah, I mean, I'm just rolling with the punches. This week I already had 3 doctor's appointments. I got out of the hospital at Tuesday. Thursday, Friday, I had a follow up at my clinic, just basically going over the game plan. And then they were horrified at what happened. Monday, I had my blood checked. I am on I said on my Instagram, I'm on 2 injections called Lovenox, and then I have to take one pill called Coumadin. So I'm on 2 injections every 12 hours and one pill a day. So they're trying to get my blood at a 2.0 or higher for 2 readings, and then I'm off the injections. When I got out of the hospital, I was at a 1.7, which took a long time for them to do. Monday, when I had my second reading, I was at 1.9. Tuesday, I had an appointment at Kaiser because my knee still messed up. They had to check that out. Still have no MRI results, so I have to wait another couple weeks to get the results to see if it did any extra damage to it. They don't think so, though. What else? Oh, and then on Thursday, I had my second reading. It's up to 2.1 now, which is good. I have another appointment on Tuesday to see if it's still at a 2. If it's still at a 2, I'm off the injections and just on the pill, but I still have to get checked. The first couple weeks I have to get checked weekly, and after that it's bi-weekly. They just want to make sure that my blood isn't thickening. So I know right now I have to avoid anything green, so I can't have any lettuce or dark leafy greens. But they're more leaning toward the dark leafy stuff because I had a hamburger yesterday and there was a couple strands of lettuce. So I don't think I'm gonna have blood clotting from a couple strands of lettuce that are stuck on there. Um, yeah, so hopefully I'll be off the injections because I'm injecting my stomach and I just have dots all over my stomach. But it's what I gotta do. It's funny because people are like, oh my God, you're being calm about this. When I was in the hospital, mom's like, oh, you're being calm. I said, what am I supposed to do? Scream and freak out? I have to do what I have to do. So, yeah, did I like having two IVs in me and having blood drawn every few hours? No, but is it what I had to do? Do I like injecting my stomach? No, but is it what I have to do? Yes. So, that's how it goes. Um, yeah, when I got out of the hospital, I was still having a slight trouble breathing after a distance. So I'm on oxygen, but I haven't really used it much the past few days. So they're going to take that away soon. Um, what else? I'm just trying to get back in the swing of things. Again, on my Instagram post, I went back to teaching Dada. I had to call off the last 2 weekends because one, obviously, I was in the hospital, and two, I was still recovering. I needed to catch my breath. So yeah, yeah. So I have a couple more weeks with Dada. Um, VIPKid, they renewed, gave me another contract, which I was kind of shocked by because I've barely worked with them. I haven't had any classes with Dada, VIPKid in like 2 months or something like that. I checked my stats, almost a year, only seven students. Because again, if you don't know, I just work Friday and Saturday nights, open up maybe an hour here or there. So I've only had seven. That was during the summer, and then I've had about 10 throughout the year. It's probably like a no-show. Yeah, so probably out of the whole year, maybe 6 of the 12 months, just no bookings. So that's gonna happen. I'm only opening Friday and Saturday for like an hour, or half hour, or whatever. Because my main focus was Dada since I was getting the bookings there. Um, yeah, and the bad news, because of everything that's happened, I had to turn down my room rental. Like I told you last time, I found a room rental that was like a motorhome, and I had my privacy and everything. Yeah, and I met with them on Veterans Day, and they said it'll be available the first week of December. What happened the first week of December to me? In the hospital. So they sent me a text saying, "Oh, it's ready. Do you want it?" And I said, "I'm in the hospital. I'm gonna miss the next 2 weeks of work. Don't know if I'm gonna get any income." As far as I know, I'm not getting workers' comp for it. They confirmed that to me. So they're trying to see about getting some disability thing for me because they said you're missing 2 weeks of work. You couldn't go to work, and now we're on winter break, so I should be getting paid for that. And yeah, my finances are going to take a beating. And I'm still in the process of trying to get a loan out so I could get rid of my student loans, the private ones at least. I'm still doing that. I've been doing that the past year and a half. But again, don't have a cosigner. So if I can get that loan out, again, I'll get rid of my student loans, move, and then be able to do this full time because I'm contemplating whether or not to even go back to my job. Obviously, I may not have a choice, but they're very worried because I am on blood thinners. I will be on blood thinners the next 6 months because that's how long it's going to take to clear out my clot. You have to be very, very careful when you're on blood thinners. You have to be careful not to get injured, cut, because there's going to be heavy bleeding. I have a student who's autistic, 12, and is like the capacity of a 5-year old. Very careless, doesn't understand danger. Right before I got injured, before I got sick, my student who can't tie his shoe kept untying his shoe and wanted me to tie it. And I said, Colin, my knee is injured. I can't kneel down. And he was not grasping that concept that I'm injured and started having a meltdown saying I'm not tying his shoe. No, I'm not going to tie your shoe and re injure my knee. So, I'm hesitating. This is something the district does need to know about. I still never told them about my knee. They may or may not know about it, but we're taking it a step up now where I have to worry about my safety now and not getting injured from the students, which is very hard when you have a student who is like a kindergartner and doesn't care about danger. He's almost run into students. He's almost gotten in a fight with the students because he's that careless. So that's something I have to deal with the next 3 weeks for my break, on top of my weekly blood test. And I still have 2 more sessions of physical therapy. They were calling me also. And then trying to figure out how I'm going to pay my bills. So, yeah, this is going to be a relaxing 3 weeks off. It's going to be a lot going on. So, Yeah, that's it for now. Yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to do another video about pulmonary embolisms and the risk factors and everything. I feel like everyone should know about that. Follow my social media if you want to see the updates. And that's it. Bye.